Hey, the next time your child does something to offend you or something really mean to you or to a sibling or to a teacher or to the family in general, instead of telling your child, now you need to go say sorry, because we all know how heartfelt those sorries are coming from a kid who is told to say sorry, ask them a more powerful question, and that is this: what can you do, or what are you going to do to make this situation right? You see, when a child makes a bad choice, I want them to do the thinking. I want them to create a solution to the problem. Now, don't get me wrong, with my 2.5-year-old, I'm still coaching for her and modeling for her what it looks like to say I'm sorry and when we say I'm sorry. But for my older kids, let me share with you an example. I have one child who did something pretty bad to his sibling. And I went to that child and I said, "Oh man, this really stinks, dude. That's a huge bummer." He's like, "What?" "I heard what you did to your brother. Dude, that really stinks. What are you going to do to make this situation right?" "Well, I don't know." "Hey, you know what? Not a problem. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Man, you're a smart kid and I know you can make the situation right." Okay? And then I left it alone, because the message I want to send in my home is, feel free to do whatever you want as long as you don't create a problem for me or anyone else. If you create a problem, I expect you to solve it. If you don't solve it, I will do something. Okay, let me share that one more time. Feel free to do whatever you want as long as you don't create a problem for me or anyone else. If you create a problem, I expect you to solve it. If you don't, I will do something. So I had good faith that my one child was going to make things right with his sibling. Well, I gave him some time. Gave him about 8 hours. I go to his sibling and I said, hey, how are you?" He's like, "Good." I said, "Hey, I'm just curious. What did your sibling do to make things right based on what happened earlier?" He said, "Well, he came out to me and said, 'Dad told me to tell you sorry.'" And I said, "That's what he said?" He said, "Yeah." And I thought, man, what a sad situation. I gave him the opportunity to solve the problem, but he didn't, and now I have to step in and solve the problem. So now I went back to the other child and I looked at him and I said, "Oh man, this is such a bummer." He said, "What, Dad, what?" I said, "Oh, I was really hoping you'd be able to make this situation right. Dang it. Oh man, not a problem. Looks like I've got to step in. Here's what's going to happen, okay? For the next 2 days, you're going to do your brother's contributions." And then I went through what the consequences were going to be, but I gave him that chance initially to fix the problem. He chose not to, so now I've got to step in and help him to fix the problem. So when your child creates a problem for the teacher, man, that's a bummer. What are you going to do to make things right with the teacher? We really want to help our kids to restore the damage that their original decision made. And saying I'm sorry 9 times out of 10 just isn't going to cut it. Kids feel better when they're given the opportunity to restore the thing that they did to create a problem for somebody else. Hey, good luck to you, and remember to always return to gratitude.